crypto market in general is showing us a lot of positive signs. And especially the arguments with XRP seems to be like, okay, you have massive upside, but before that, we may actually get a flush out. This is an argument in the market. Are we going to see that? We need to actually look through that. But before that, you need to understand the direction to which the market is being led. This is a key idea in the market. You're watching these things coming out, and these are not the small things in the market at a time when everyone is thinking about these pop. So currently the price is at zero point 0.6 and the argument is close to $8 towards $24. That's a big pop we are talking about. So are you ready to wait for the dip or are you already in? Because what we are watching in front of us is a huge shift in what we are talking about crypto. So the realm of crypto has been showing us various different events playing out. Say, for example, we first talked about this 3 days back, saying, okay, most likely that's the bottom, and we may actually have a double bottom signal. Now, on a micro chart 2 days back, that's 24 hours after that, I posted this. Yeah, we got that, we bounced off, but we should come back down and then bounce. That gives us more reliability. And then the price came back down to test it and then bounced off. Bounced off to which level? That's important to note. It came up to the level 44,400. What did we talk about? 44,400 or close to that. Now, what next? Yeah, that's true that it kind of did what we talked about, but what next? This is something we need to look through based on what we can see on a real horizon. We didn't get the double bottom on a Bitcoin dominance, and we're watching some kind of a engulfing candle formation in payment assets like XLM. That is interesting because we got that on XRP. We're now getting that on XLM. So these are highly correlated assets now starting to sync with the positive news. Welcome to the Scientific Investor family, where the normal retail guys get to learn how to become the next top 10% of this world. Right now, there is no other argument in the crypto market other than the bull market, or at least it should be that way right now. You're watching a lot of crypto assets trying to push higher. See, you're watching some of them performing really great. I mean, exceptionally great. Look at IOTX. It's at one point today was up like 30% for the day and 100% for the week, kind of 200% for the year. Now, these are opportunities which the market presented to us saying, okay, look at this. It's about to do a 200% run up. Now, remember, this is not like, 10 months old stuff. This was back in late October. So the November, December, you had these opportunities just in 2 months. And we followed it up. Like we went through all of those and we told you guys, watch, this is happening. These are the short-term targets, the mid-term targets. Now, if you understand that properly, we did enter into those trades. We did manage to get a decent ROI and skim our profits. Taking profits is important in this market. You can see where we entered, you can see where we skimmed the profits. And right now, if you look at the price action, this is close to where the price is right now for that particular asset. Now, if you would like to get these updates on the real time, look for the SI family. It's 680 members plus and growing super fast. So if you want to take benefit of these calls and guidance and learning on every single day, look for this link in the description below. That will lead you to Patreon where you can reach me, go through the one-on-one sessions, talk about your portfolio. Let's analyze your portfolio and see whether you are prepared well enough for this bull market. Because you may not actually have a year from here. Most likely 3 to 4 months will decide the direction where your portfolio is about to go. And if you're not well prepared in that 3 to 4 months, that's a hard choice. So it's up to you. Now, if you look at the market right now, XRP did give us an engulfing candle. That's positive, that's good. So if you look at the price action, it shows you, okay, the bulls are trying to enter back into this market. So the current bottom which we put in should be the local bottom in my opinion. Because I'm looking at this and saying like, okay, the price action is showing us some clear signals. As soon as we get a breakout here, that should lead us to the upside. And that should be something like this. We talked about that in the yesterday's video. You can actually see through those videos where we went through them in depth so that we don't miss out big things. Now, the market does move based on what Bitcoin does. How many of you actually are looking at the macro charts, the monthly chart, where the Bitcoin is, where the Bitcoin dominance is? These are actually showing you something which you should not miss. Because if people are coming to you, giving you the argument of a downside, what you should look at is first where the monthly chart is leading you towards, because we just have 10 more days in this month. So if you zoom in on the same chart, what do you think is going to happen in this month? This is not a small case I'm making here. If you look at these, you're watching 1, 2, 3, 4 months of continuous bullish momentum. That's not a small thing. Now, if you go on a weekly, you want to see whether we are slowing down, we're going back down. No, as of now, we're not getting anything like that. Remember, I made an argument like this before, where you get 1 week of downside and then you go back up to touch the new levels before you go for a correction. Now it feels somewhat same. Now, yes, you do have this scenario too, but here you literally had couple of weeks where we corrected. So right now it feels like, okay, we are nearing that move and we are kind of breaking through this range. So if we do break 44,300, it is kind of like, okay, as soon as you close above 44,600, that's a breakthrough. You're moving higher, which means the RSI is kind of now turning back to this direction. To get onto a clear perspective, it's easy this way. The price went up 83% after that dip. So before that, the primary run up was like this, was a 77% run up. So the next run up should be bigger than the current phase of the run up. Great. So you measure this and you say, okay, the current run up here is close to 72%. Kind of matching the history, which means we should be watching somewhat like at least 73% towards 75% run up in Bitcoin. That's taking you into the all-time highs. What do you think will happen in the all-time highs as Bitcoin breaks through the previous highs and put in a new high, whether that's a bear wick, whether that's, any kind of movement in the market? It is going to bring in FOMO in the market. Media will push it so much, it will bring in a lot of new guys. But yeah, they're going to buy at the all-time highs, get trapped. That's the story. We know that. The difference is big guys, the institutions who've been buying through this range, by that time they are 300, 400% in profit. That's a big deal. For them who's playing with trillions of dollars, these are huge stuff. They're not playing with 1 million or 2 million. These are big institutions we're talking about. Even at that point, MicroStrategy would be looked at like something different. Who took that best decision? This guy would be actually looked at like the Warren Buffett of blockchain. Now, it's not the reality, but people would say that. If he bought in Bitcoin from $1,000 or at least in this range below $6,000, it would have made sense. Right now, yeah, you will see this pop happening. Now, the question for us is, what does that mean for XRP? This is Ether chart. People make an argument here on Ether, saying, okay, Ether is running great. Watch, it was at $800. It's right now at $2,000. XRP is not doing anything. But let's be fair, right? There's an asset which gets a lot of heat in the market because it's not moving. At least that's what the market conceives. But what's the reality? From the bottom, we are right now up 140% on Ether, and the top we made is 173%. Whereas for XRP, currently we are up 110% and the top was 200%. That doesn't look bad. I mean, if you're saying Ether is okay, doing well, and it's about to explode, then what's wrong with XRP? Because it's not just the technicals, it's also about what you're watching on the fundamental side. These are not small news. We're talking about a central bank. One by one, in that region, which is the EU, it is going to expand. See, if someone in EU zone is saying, okay, we are about to look into this group of assets and these institutions, they'd be looking at this and saying like, okay, a central bank went in with this. So they would have done the background checks, they would have done it clearly. So I think there is a lot of chance. So fundamentals for this asset is again growing through the roof every single day. Now, what's the key point which we should be looking at? This is the monthly chart. Last month, we have barely done anything. Now, this is not the first time we have seen things like those before the price ran up. If we go back in history, we have times where we had the same pattern, which was followed up by another candle showing you like, okay, I want to move up. But the next candle popped through the roof. Remember, that was like 0.25 and it went all the way up to $3.8. That's a 15x movement from there. Even if we just consider that 15x from here, the price is literally close to $10. That's a huge burst from where we are. We are not taking in the argument of this 85x, we're taking in just 15x argument. Even at that point, a lot of us are blown away with profits. But the issue is market will not recognize that until that comes into a reality. People ask like, okay, I'll only believe once I see it. What is the benefit of that? See, when we actually dropped this chart, not a lot of people were in the same concept. Not a lot of people did agree on that. But right now, if you're in the market, you're 200% up on that. If you're trading with leverage, 2x, 3x, whatever, you're up decent. Now, that's what I'm saying. Like, at that point, it didn't look like it's going to go up. Not a lot of people put in the same argument. That's why SI family is growing so quickly. Now, you come back in, you're looking at multiple assets which show you the same structure 3 times, which is important. Now, why is that 3 times important? Because on a macro, it looks like this. Some of these are slowly becoming into a bubble. Why does that matter? Again, people will start taking profits as it blows through. 35-40x is not a small amount. Even in the last run-up, we talked in the last video, we did somewhat like this. So that's showing you something. History kind of rhymes. If that does show you something, now you understand the fact that sellers are entering into these assets, or at least profit takers are doubling down. Money will go into one or the other asset. You're not watching the market cap popping through right now. Make sense of it. It's just rotating money. The assets which are popping through, profits are being moved into different assets. You're not watching a lot of new money coming in. That means people right now who have decent profits are thinking about rebalancing their portfolio for the next big thing. So if they were right about previous assets which they have moved into, most likely they have an edge in the market and they know something. That means next leg in the market is coming. Most likely it's for the segments of crypto assets which didn't actually pop through last time. Make sense of it. We watched AI going through the roof. Now we are about to see smart contracts, payments, gaming, multiple segments of the market starting to pop through. Yes, we do have a lot of example. You're looking through, say, NEO, just taking one of the large cap assets. When we say that, understand this is in the first 100. So if you want to call it medium, large to medium, it's still in that category. Now, why is that important? Because at this point of time, it shows you something. A macro reversal signal of a double bottom. It is showing you this structure too, which is in itself important. Now, you go on a weekly and you're looking at these and you're asking that same question. How did all of this pan out? At least last time. This is the exact same thing you're watching. You break through this, you have a bull flag, boom, the 1, 2, 3. you go through that. So the moment we break through this resistance, you are going to watch a three-wave structure popping through a 10, 15, 20x in the large cap assets are going to be something to note through, because historically we have done similar things in these assets, the 1, the 2, the 3. That was just wave 1, and then you actually literally had the divergence, big, huge divergence. So that was a trap. So those who moved out at 65, they're happy, but those who moved out at 180, they're super happy. But again, if you rode this entire wave up, you're not trying to, get this top here. You don't want to do that. What you want to do is to make sure you get the most of it. These are life-changing returns. So when you look through these key assets and put the argument, okay, they are about to break through and go through big targets, understand the market as a whole is going to do something, and some of these assets which are clearly positioned well enough is about to break through, especially when you look through the same group. Say you're looking at Cardano, you're looking at VAX, you're looking at the smart contracts area. How much did we go up till this point? It's already close to 5x up, or say 438% up till this point. We argued this is going to happen close to $9, $10. Not a lot of people saw that coming. In the SI family, it's just not putting a story in. It's about showing you what I see and what's the possibility. That's one of the reasons why I say this. Look at this. We literally have this possibility in the market, a double bottom and a breakthrough, most likely showing you a big movement to the upside. And I was like, okay, that looks great. Why? We did follow through. That breakout did happen. It went up. It was showing you it's about to go to $30. This is not too old. It's November. That's a month old. Right now, where the hell are we? We had 44. So we followed it through. Now we have higher targets. We have next patterns evolving in the market. Everything is available for the SI family in the group for sure. But if you are looking for these, for sure, you'll have to be inside the SI family. The argument is clear. The market is moving higher. It is breaking through. If you're looking at weekly charts, these kind of strength usually leads to what? All-time highs. Usually leads to what? Big pops. So are you watching something? If you're watching the trend which is happening in the market, you don't want to miss these. Yeah, there will be intermediate corrections coming in. At one point, you will see some sell-off. But what will the price do before those kind of movements? This is something critical, because if you don't understand those, then you may try buying the right asset but at the wrong price. That's not going to be something really good to watch. If you watch, there is a huge difference in strength and the market is slowing down, you need to reanalyze the position which you're taking, maybe on a daily, maybe on a 3-day. You need to focus through what you are really doing, because some of these things give you an easy idea. We understand that. We are following that. The market will go up. Profits will be rolled over. You can hold on to this asset if you like to. You can dump and jump onto a different asset if you like to, but I can ensure you something. If you do that, most likely, sooner or later, you will come back in as this pops through. One of the biggest thing in XRP is that things change in a week. It moves up 80 to 100% in a week. It moves up 100% a week. That means if that move is happening here, a lot of people would jump in, the FOMO would come back. The season which we waited for is here. Now, you cannot see that in the price for sure, but you can see that in the market. You can see that in the different segments of the market. Yes, trust and faith is something really hard in investing, especially when you're in crypto and you watch other assets run up. But let's make sure you understand what we are trying to give you here. So guys, if you received value, smash that like button. I'll meet you guys on the next video. Bye for now.